So my alarm, so I have like every hour at random times, a lot of them are like angel numbers. I have different alarms that are actually affirmations that I set my phone up to have. So throughout the day, I'm constantly providing myself a little bit of positive energy and things that are like super aligned to me and what it is that I'm trying to manifest and cultivate in my life. And the alarm that just went off talked about that I choose to uplift and heal rather than protect and defend. And before the alarm went off, I was talking about how I'm experiencing these spiritual and emotional growing pains right now, and they definitely are feeling painful, in the sense that the pain is being taken out of me. I'm really doing like a fall cleanse of my nervous system and of my mindsets and my habits and my behaviors. I definitely feel that within the next couple of weeks, some of the biggest manifestations that I have been working very diligently on are actually going to come through. And I feel like this last, probably like, yeah, about the next like 9-10 days are going to be pretty intense, of really just ramming through the emotions and having a lot of things come up for me where I'm like, okay, am I keeping this or am I getting rid of it? I started doing this new thing called, well, this isn't new to my life because this is how I, as a special ed teacher, this is how I would actually, I hate saying the word grade because it wasn't the case, more like support my students in a growth mindset. So I would do glows what's working and grows what's not working. So recently at my current job, what I have done is I've added keep things that I want to keep doing, like systems and processes, and things that I want to exchange, like maybe having meetings on a certain day isn't working, so I'm exchanging it for another day at a different time slot. Whatever it may be, that's just like a frivolous thing that just came to my mind, so I said it. So glows, grows, keeps, exchange, and then manifest. What would I want the experience to ideally look like to kind of help facilitate the direction that I want to go in? So I'm just really sitting in this moment of my music had stopped playing and I didn't have like any background noise. The cats are laying down, and I just was thinking to myself, wow, this is bliss. Like I'm in this complete container of contentment, and considering that I have been really working through a lot of different things that are coming up. And I mean, I was not expecting some of these thoughts and behavioral patterns and mindsets and stuff to come up again, because I thought like I had processed them and there was still some residual holding back, which makes a lot of sense because I've been listening again to Gay Hendricks' book, The Big Leap, which this was a recommendation from Lori Harder. She had like posted it on her Instagram, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 months ago. This is my second time actually listening to the audiobook because I could feel myself limiting myself. Like I was starting to have some of my low vibrational maladaptive behaviors come up, which binge eating was exactly what it was. And I was also in a different environment for about 2 weeks. And while in that environment, I just realized that like I just said whatever, and I just was like eating so much sugar. Like I was just really coping in this low vibrational way, and it was because my environment that I was in was not supporting my highest vibration, like not at all. I was being the universe was providing me with many opportunities to show up and be who I say that I am, and I kind of just hit that upper limit that Gay Hendricks talks about, where I was like, I'm not actually deserving to have these manifestations. That's why they're not coming, because I'm not energetically and vibrationally and on the same frequency as them. And that's what I was telling myself. So I was just like really just self-sabotaging and just like falling into a sugar pit. And then once I extracted myself from that experience, I was able to be a bit more clear-headed. And something that I was like, I'm giving myself a lot of self-compassion and self-love, because even during this experience that I was having of this binge eating of sugar, I was still like so grounded in my morning routine. Like I was still doing my breath work every morning. I was still doing my meditation. I was still doing my tapping. I was still doing my tarot cards. I was still going on long morning walks and listening to podcasts or audiobooks or high vibrational music, like, and watching high vibrational YouTube videos to just help me continue to stay in this high vibrational mindset as much as possible, which I'm really grateful for, because in the past, my inner child, little A, would have been just even more self-destructive and really been in a sugar coma, to be quite honest. So for me, I'm really reflecting back on how much I have actually grown in the sense of identifying and being an observer of what I was doing, of the eating of the sugar, rather than just continuing on. So for me, I'm really being mindful now of my sugar intake, and also just being mindful of when I'm feeling like I want to binge, what is happening, and doing that without being nasty to myself and being critical and having like negative self-talk. I'm really showing myself compassion, because I have this higher awareness now that what is going on is that these experiences are like leaving my body. Like my nervous system is rewiring and getting stronger. And because of that, I'm having these, like, the sediment at the end, like at the bottom of the cup is coming out, and it doesn't look really good. It doesn't make me really happy that it's there. However, I'm understanding that I truly need to clear this stuff out and work through it and heal through it in order for me to not come up against my upper limit problem even more, of not feeling deserving, not feeling like I can handle all of these manifestations that I have quite literally been working on. Some of them I've been manifesting for almost 2 years now. So for me, it's just like, it really is. I was telling my friend, I said, I feel like this, because I'm transitioning in next Wednesday. So I feel like this time is really the conclusion paragraph of all of the stuff that I've been going through. And it feels like that because I genuinely and affirm and definitely feel that all of these manifestations that I am thinking about and I'm attracting into my life, like, they're coming, they're here. And I'm just now really just needing to make sure that I am mentally, spiritually, physically, like multidimensionally prepared to welcome in these blessings and abundance, and not be in a position where I'm actually self-sabotaging and causing the things that I have been calling in to not stick, or be even further delayed. So I'm really dedicating this next bit of time to continue to work through these growing pains and these triggers and these experiences that are coming up that I'm like, oh shoot, like this is happening, and I can see it's happening because I'm able to much more quickly in this moment in my life be able to connect the dots of like, oh, this is connected to this, or this is connected to this. And I've also had like a couple of really energetically exhausting conversations with people where even in The Big Leap, Gay Hendricks talks about how the body will start having these, can manifest negative symptoms, because it's like because it's easier for the body to just have these negative symptoms rather than the being just say like, okay, this is what's going on, or like have that confrontation or have that difficult conversation. So for me, like, I'm corresponding my previous sugar binging based off of the fact that I was in an environment that was not high vibrational, was not supporting my mental health. And then once I was able to have the conversation with the person about what the hell was going on, although I'm still craving sugar, I also feel like I have regained my higher vibrational control over my cravings and being able to truly be like, okay, I'm having this feeling because I'm feeling stressed, or I'm procrastinating, or I'm just not sure, like something's off. What is off? And then allowing myself to kind of go down the deep rabbit hole and figure out what it is. So anyways, the reason why I started recording was because I just really wanted to be in complete gratitude and remember this moment of this bliss that I'm feeling of just, it just feels so good, because I just really have, the past 2 weeks had been a bit more stressed than I had wanted them to be. I had much different expectations of what was going to be going on, and I'm okay with the fact that it didn't work out in how I thought it was going to work out, because I'm here now and I'm able to have, like, I know that that experience was an experience that my soul chose to have, because it allowed me to actually reflect on just how much I have grown and transformed and up-leveled in my life and quantum leapt in my life many, many different ways. And even though the conclusion to where I had been and that relationship was not what I had anticipated, I'm so grateful for that experience, because now I know, and I feel even more comfortable and even more grounded and more rooted in the future and what's coming, my manifestations, this type of bliss that I was just experiencing. And because I have the language, I feel like, of the upper limit problem, I really feel like I'm able to reflect even more intentionally to say, like, I was afraid of having too much happiness. I was afraid of experiencing too much gratitude. And even though that I am practicing my gratitude routines and rituals, and I really do every day, like, wake up with a grateful heart, when it's, I guess, like, the idea of theory to integration and to practice, there was some landmines there. And I was realizing that in a weird way, I was kind of just like spiritually experiencing the blessings and abundance, and I wasn't really from a vibrational standpoint completely able to appreciate and be in the gratitude, because I was thinking in my head, just waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for like some massive situation to happen to just throw this all off. And although in a sense a situation did occur that threw that off, it wasn't in the way that I had been worrying about or in the past had experienced. So I feel like I'm just like rambling here. However, it's also like making a lot of sense in my brain. And I'm just like grateful and happy and feeling a lot of love and feeling like I'm up for this challenge. I'm also feeling really tired, like fatigued emotionally, because I am just working through these feelings while also experiencing life, like work and having deadlines and relationships and all the other things that come with this earthly dimension. I am just like, okay, like I'm going to do my best to get as much sleep as I can, keep drinking a lot of water, keeping my morning routine up. And now it's just really waiting in anticipation and in abundance and in gratitude for all of the manifestations as I continue to, like I said before, like clear out these last residual gunk in my nervous system that is tethering me to this lower vibrational self of who I have been in the past, so I can truly embrace who I am now and my future self. So, self-work is life work. Here we go. I'm grateful for these opportunities. I'm grateful for all the souls that have come in and out of my life and the souls that are still here with me to support me on this earthly journey to truly just discover who I am and my divine purpose here. And for me, that is just, I'm just like so grateful for all the people in my life and who have been in my life, because this is no joke to wake up from this spiritual amnesia. And I'm grateful also for like all of the authors and podcast hosts and high vibrational musicians, just like people who have put out this content that is supporting me in this journey that they don't even know. Yeah, I'm just like really focusing on the growing pains, focusing on healing through, and focusing on my gratitude as I continue to integrate and up level. I am super excited to see where this is all going to go. I have some specific desires that I would like to see manifest from this experience, that I'm seeing a lot of synchronicities that are pointing me in the direction of, yeah, it's happening. I actually today experienced one synchronicity that was so unique to my spiritual journey that I literally just like sat looking at my phone with my jaw on the ground. Like I just was like, had to do one of these, because I just couldn't even, I was like, okay, wonder and awe. I see you, source. I appreciate this reminder of how delicious life can be and how fun it is to really be in this awakening self and realizing that there's messages all around me. So this felt good to just kind of talk about it. I definitely will use this video later on in this journey to reflect. That's why I love doing the video journaling and just being able to have this as a moment to be like, I remember when I was in that moment and I had that experience and where I was in my journey. Because it really is just, for me, like a sweet moment to be able to, whether my high highs or low lows, just really be able to remember and appreciate the journey and the experiences that are continuing to propel me through this life. So with that, I just want to thank myself for showing up for me every single day, because sometimes I don't even want to get out of the bed. I'm just like, oh no, this is just seeming a bit too much. And then I remember like, wow, I get to experience this life in such bliss and such gratitude, and really just trying to find those moments to continue to keep me going and keep me motivated. Because at the end of the day, although I am desiring to manifest particular things, overall, I'm really looking to have the feelings of what it is that I'm manifesting. The feelings of safety, the feelings of security, the feelings of love, the feelings of joy, the ultimate feeling of just bliss and contentment. Well, those are my ultimate feelings. And being able to conceptualize those and know that I'm at the point in my life where it's not about the things. The things just make this earthly dimension like more fun to play around in, and let this earthly dimension be a more adventurous playground. It really relates back for me to the spiritual and energetics and the multidimensional abilities that I am gathering and experiencing. Like those are the moments that are really keeping me going, because I'm just like, fuck yeah, like I continue to be able to increase, and this is a big thing that is in the Big Leap, I'm continuing to increase the duration of the day that I'm feeling these feelings that I'm manifesting without guilt and shame. So having these last 2 weeks be this sort of like plop back into my inner child and lower vibrational self, like having these experiences, is giving me, as Abraham Hicks calls it, the contrast of life. Like I was experiencing lots of delightfulness, goodness, abundance, joy, and bliss. And then I was in this situation, and instead of complaining about it and being like, what the hell is going on, and being in this victimhood, I really was able to be like, oh shoot, like this is a lesson within itself, and it is also a reflection of where I am in a mental capacity, a spiritual capacity.